Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy B-Lo, also known as Trucking for Jesus, Trucking or Trucker for Jesus. Haven't posted in a minute. Just a quick update. So I have completed my PSD stage. Oh, also I am kind of driving and kind of dangerous, so yeah, but I'm not in the semi truck. I'm in my own personal vehicle. Taking a quick hometown, probably a couple of days. Really don't supposed to do it, but you know, I'm about to start TNT and really need to see my folks, man. I gotta see some faces before I start TNT. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, some truckers can stay out for a long time without seeing their folks. I'm not that type of trucker. I gotta see some faces. So that means I'm gonna lose out on some money. It just means I'm gonna lose out on some money. At the end of the day, you only get one set of kids. You only get one wife. You only get one mother. You only get one brother. You only get one father. So I'm not gonna allow chasing money to get too much in the way of my family. That's just not who I am. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, just got through PSD. It was very challenging. Passed my test today. Didn't trisect the trifecta. I don't even know how you say that word. I didn't get it the first time. Messed up on parallel the first time. I was getting parallel like all week, and then I was so daggone nervous. I literally forgot like one little small step, and it just kind of messed my truck all the way up, and I was so far deep in there, I couldn't really get myself out. Hadn't really done a lot of backing before my first test. We were out on the road so daggone much that I didn't hardly get any backing practices in or anything, so we just kind of winged it. We practiced a few days before the test, and that was pretty much it. And I'm not a natural, when it comes to this backing and all this stuff, I wasn't a natural born backer of a semi-truck. You know, it didn't naturally come to me. I had to really work hard at it. And I just didn't, before taking the first test, I didn't have enough time for my skill set because I just wasn't that good at it. So we went back and practiced some more on the pad for an additional 2 days, and pretty much got it. My trainer, he worked me pretty hard, man, until I pretty much got it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, got the purple badge right here. Well, I don't want to show it to you much because I don't want to crash tonight. But my PSD training, it was pretty cool for the most part. My trainer did teach me quite a bit of stuff. Personality-wise, probably wasn't. As far as personalities, we are two completely opposite people. So I think they kind of need to update that little character trait deal that they do to try to line you up with someone kind of similar to a lot of the values and stuff you stand for, because my trainer was definitely by far the complete opposite. But it was cool. We got through it, you know. As my title, the name of my profile, Trucking for Jesus, you know, I try to exemplify everything that I do to be Christ-like. So I'm not going to sit up here and judge my trainer, throw stones at him. You know, I got plenty of logs on my eye to be sitting up here worried about the specs than his. You know, but it is definitely kind of challenging. Talking with other trainees and a lot of people who've gone through the process. I would tell you, former students, if you're watching, people who finna come out the Prime, or really any trucking company, but specifically Prime, from what I'm gathering, you're really going to have to man, you know what? Ask yourself some very tough questions before you come out. You know, ask yourself like, or really jot down some things that you can tolerate and some things you just absolutely can't tolerate. Now, those things you can tolerate, you might have to extend that list a little bit, you know. I'm going to be honest with you, because there was a lot of things that I said I wasn't going to tolerate that I ended up having to put on my tolerate list. Because, you know, like they always say, you can ask for another trainer, but chances are, especially out there at Prime, because there's so many trainers and so many students, you might end up getting a worse trainer than what you got. So if you can tolerate the bare minimum, if you can just tolerate it for a little while, just get through it, especially if you are learning. That was one of my things, like my trainer, as far as personality wise, he's not someone I would go have a drink with. He's not someone I would ever have in my circle, just because we don't really share a lot of the same values. I am a very chill, laid back, quiet guy. I'm an old school guy. You know, I'm only 31, but I'm very old school, and I just feel like as men, we should operate and carry ourselves in a certain type of way. And you know, unfortunately, my trainer was a lot of the opposite of a lot of things that I stand for. And not gonna get into details. Like I said, I don't want to throw no stones at him. You know, he taught me everything I needed to get my test done and everything. You know, I just want to encourage you guys, man. When you're coming out, you're gonna have to extend your tolerant list, if that's even a word. Just know it's short. It's temporary. You should really only be out for about 2 to 3 weeks with your PSD trainer. For me, it was about 3 weeks and a day or two, just because I wasn't getting the backing and stuff. But if you're a natural born backer, or if you feel like you can get it, man, you know. And I would also recommend, if you can, ask to see if you can actually stay in-house and just get the in-house training for your for your CDL test. You know, going out on the road is cool. It helps you as far as like when you go out on your over the road test, that it'll help you with that. But literally everything else, like if you're not, like, hell, I couldn't even straight back. Like the first day, I probably spent almost 2 days on just straight back, because I couldn't straight back. I'm not one of these guys who be flexing in my own vehicle. I never really ever backed in. So I sucked it. I've always sucked it back. Even in my own personal vehicles, I always sucked at it. So I knew for me, you know, my challenges was going to be backing. And I just kind of wished I had more time on the pad to back. It seemed like, a lot of people out of my class really tried, you know, they got it the first round, they passed. And I was so proud of them. Like I know for me, I don't really get envy or jealous from people who might have had success earlier on before me. I celebrate along with them, man. I love when any and everybody can get out there and get their CDL. And a lot of people in my class passed the first go around, and I was so happy for them. But I did notice a lot of them that did pass the first go around. A lot of them had stayed on the pad pretty much every day. They wasn't out on the road, so they had a lot of time to really practice and get it into shape. And so, you know, so I would encourage a lot of you guys, if you can, see if they can just keep you there, so you can just back, and work on your pre-trip all day. You'll get a little bit of over-the-road tests, over-the-road practice, but I personally don't believe you need to be out for a week or 2 weeks at a time practicing on driving a highway for 8 hours to get your CDL test, because whenever you do perform your over-the-road test during your exam, you're literally going to be driving around the block for maybe 10 minutes compared to driving 8 to 10 hours, and that's with no backing, no experiences in backing. You barely have time to even practice pre-trip. So, but like I said, PSD was cool for me. Like I said, my trainer, I was his last student. He actually just left Prime. Literally, he turned in his truck today that I passed. And I wish him nothing but the best. He took me in. They allowed me to spend the night at their house, and fed me. And his wife is just so sweet and nice, and his mom was real sweet. I do believe he has a good spirit in him somewhere. But like I said, we just our energies didn't match up. I'm a very positive guy. I don't like a lot of negative energy. I don't cuss. I don't like hearing a lot of cuss words. I feel like at a certain age in your life, you should be able to kind of expand your vocabulary a little bit. You shouldn't be in your 50s and 60s still using F-bombs every sentence, just not really know how to talk. And this man was old enough to be my father, and he talked as if he was about, you know what? I don't want to judge. I don't want to get into that. I just, like I said, it was just a negative, lot of negative energy that I didn't like being around. I'm praying to God that my TNT instructor or trainer is just somewhat normal, somewhat with a normal, sane mind, someone who's gentle and got a bit of self-control, especially out on the road. Don't really have much road rage, or just really have a positive vibe about them. They wake up with positive energy, or they at least try to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping for. Who knows if you're gonna get it? But yeah, I wish, I'm not going to speak specifically to Prime, but I just wish a lot of these major carriers would really vet their trainers a little bit more. Because when the overwhelming or majority, more than half of trainees are having a lot of the same issues with their trainers, it might be a trainer problem. And I get it, trucking is not a typical 8 to 5 corporate type of job. But at the end of the day, it is a business, and there should be some sort of professionalism in that truck. Yes, that's like a second home, but it should also be an office as well. And so, I would hope that they will continue to invest in trainers who are professional, who treat their truck like an office, not a bathroom stall or whatever else, that they actually treat that truck like a business. And a lot of them really need to start looking at them trucks. Like I said, I'm not going to speak on mine because I just don't, it's just no point in throwing up stones at the man, but a lot of issues that people might have in their trainer trucks, I had, it is what it is. Like I said, hopefully my TNT experience will be a lot better, and we'll see. But so far it's been a cool experience, and I'm hoping to get this. Hopefully this 1 year will go by quick. It's basically up to God if I stay or not at Prime after this year. Definitely leaning one way. Not going to probably mention that right now on what that one way is, but I'll just say I'll be shocked if I'm still a prime after a year. Definitely going to do company. They're going to try to encourage you guys to do leasing. Just do your homework on leasing, please. They're going to throw a lot of numbers at you. The numbers sound nice. But if you know anything about business, there's always a catch to everything. Do your homework. If you've never ran a business, if you don't really know how numbers work, if you don't know how bills work, if you don't know how assets work, study the game a little bit before leasing. There's a reason why they want you to lease. Okay? They're not just trying to make you fat and rich. They're also trying to get rich. And the best way for them to get rich is leasing. Which is okay. You know, I'm all for everybody to eat. You know, as truckers, man, especially at Prime, I mean, those truckers are paying everybody's salaries. All the bosses, the food workers, the janitor, everybody is eating from those truckers. So, you know, of course, they're going to try to get as much revenue as they can from you guys so they can continue to eat, and you can eat as well. And if you love Prime and you want to stay there long term and all that good jazz, go to lease. You know, go to lease. But if you're not really trying to be there long term, you're just trying to get your experience, your foot in the door, learn the game. I know for me, I'm just trying to learn the game and kind of see how much I learn, and then kind of spread my wings and fly somewhere else. I can tell you guys right now, there is so much money to be made. You guys who are thinking about going to lease, I want you guys to think about this too. There's a lot of money to be made, okay? All you got to do is save your money. Figure out a 5-year plan, because most of the leases is about a 3 to 4 year, 5-year plan. If you can get to the point where you can save up $1,000 a month, because hell, on a lease you're gonna be paying down on your truck note a week. So think about if you're saving $1,000 a month for 5 years. That's $60,000. You don't gotta go buy a new truck. For $60,000, you can buy a hell of a cheap used truck for probably well under 30, 40K. You'll have plenty enough money left to get whatever need to be fixed under that hood, tires, etc. And you'll be able to start your business, and might even have quite a bit left over. So think of it that way. You don't need any company to help you save money or to help you with a note. All it takes is for you to get a little bit more financially disciplined and just save your coins. You'll make enough money to save your coins. If you're running hard, I don't care if you're running hard on company, you can save up $1,000 a month. You should. And not even, you don't got to save up $1,000. You can save up $500. That's still quite a bit of money to have saved up for, you know, quite a bit of years. And you know, you put that in a 401k or something like that, you might can, or a I don't know, somewhere where it adds interest, and you know, you can even make more. So just be mindful. Like I heard a student say, be a sponge. Just be a sponge out here, man. All you new students, be a sponge. Open yourself up to learning in this business. Learning the truck, learning how to back, learning pre-trip. Learn pre-trip. Every chance you get, study. The best way that helped me in learning on my pre-trip, because I actually made a perfect score on my pre-trip, I literally said every single sentence 5 times I read it 5 times, and then I would say it in my head 5 times, and I wouldn't go on to the next. So if I'm doing the alternator, the belt-driven alternator, I wouldn't go on to the next thing, which would be like General Hoses. I would not go to General Hoses until I had the belt-driven alternator memorized. That is the best way, I think, to learn all of that. And it's going to take a bit of time. It's going to take a bit of time to really study that. But until you got every part and everything that's memorized for that part down, don't move on to the next. So the first thing on your paper you're gonna get is belt-driven alternator on the under the in-cab inspection. Don't even start worrying about the General Hoses until you got that belt-driven alternator down. Once you get that, then move on to the next. Once you get the General Hoses, then move on to the driver's side area, to the coolant level, to the oil level, to the power steering fluid level, to the belt-driven water pump, gear-driven steer pump. I think I said that right. The gear-driven air compressor, the steer linkage, the steering, all that stuff. Don't go on to the next one until you have it all memorized. Take your time, study, and just enjoy the ride, man. But remember, it's a job, it's a business. Don't spend all your time on the basketball court or out there trying to map on all the females if you are a guy, or if you're a lady who loves ladies, or if you're a guy that loves men. You know, don't spend your time trying to find some prime honey bunny. Get out there and learn and do your best so you can get on your own and start making real money, you know. So that's all I got. Until next time, you guys stay blessed, man. Peace.